You did not get here by accident. This wasn't a mistake. You ever heard the saying, there's no such thing as coincidences? Well, that's happening right now. You and I were meant to cross paths.
Warning! You are now taking a trip onto the Julio Frequency.
Welcome to the Julio Frequency podcast. I'm Julio, and this is not just a podcast. It's a signal, a spiral of thoughts, the frequency of curiosity. If you're here, then you're already tuned in to something bigger than yourself. You're looking for something to watch? You came to the right place. Don't waste your time going on Netflix or the Prime stuff. You want to be on YouTube. YouTube is the future of television. It has been for a while, but now you're starting to see the real shows are right here, practically for free. YouTube doesn't charge to watch unless you want like special features, but for the most part, you can watch my video all the time. Don't forget to hit smash. Don't forget to hit smash. Don't forget to smash the like. That's what I meant to say. So why come here? Why watch this channel? What makes this channel so great? This podcast is to help you tap in to the highest version of who you are. I'll give you a little bit of a secret, okay? You are not vibrating at your highest frequency. You're not. Therefore, there are small things you can do to help yourself vibrate much higher. Why, or let me rephrase this. In what mindset would you rather be in? Average or high? I'm going to go with high frequency. The highest frequency, and what I mean by that is the highest version. And I'm saying right? Is that right? The highest version of who I am, so to speak. So, how do you tap into that? I'll tell you that in a moment. Consciousness isn't just awareness, it's the raw signal underneath everything. It's the hum behind the heartbeat, the silence between the thoughts, the spiral that keeps pulling everything forward. Most people mistake consciousness for the noise that's going on in their head, but the truth is, it's the space that holds the noise. It's the canvas, not the paint. When you sit down to meditate, you're not escaping reality, you're tuning into it. You are peeling back the layers of distraction, heartbreak, television, and false stories, until all that's left is the frequency itself. And that's why I meditate, not to escape, but to explore, because the deepest journey is not out there, it's in here. Check this video out right here, and it'll get into more detail on how I started the true meditation journey. Back to trying to tap into the highest version, the little Easter egg that I promised you earlier. We vibrate the best when we move the least, if that makes sense. The more you move, the less you vibrate. I know that seems, but that's why sitting still, meditating is one of the secrets in life. You can, I can say, oh, just sit and meditate, but no, there's more to that. You can not be meditating and still be very, very relaxed and tapping in to that highest vibration that you can reach just simply by being. And in everything you do is also simply by being. You're not overextending, you're not overdoing, you're not doing too much, you're not doing too little. If you notice in most things that people do, in most things that are mastered, whether it's playing a cello or a violin, an instrument, or doing a specific movement for a dance, ballet, gymnastics, jujitsu submissions while engaged in an actual role, these things come naturally when you're completely relaxed. From what I see, when you are completely relaxed, the more relaxed. Now I get it. Sometimes you can't be overly relaxed. That's why I'm saying there's a like a leveler of being too relaxed, but being just right there to where you're not over extending the physical and you're kind of like you're just flowing. It's like when they say fighters get into a flow state. That's the flow state, basically. You're just moving with no effort. However, constantly knowing which way you want to go, but without having to force yourself to get there. It's kind of like a dance with the universe where you both agreed on absolutely everything that's happening. And normally that happens when you're relaxed, when you take a step back. That's why you want to, you want to, that's why they say the loudest guy in the room is the weakest because he's vibrating at the lowest frequency. He's shouting. He's the most animated. Trust me, I have to take those lessons for myself. We all have a different way of expressing anger. And one of the best ways to eliminate anger is by tapping into the highest version of who you are. And how do you do that? By being calm, by relaxing. So when someone tells you to relax, don't take it personal. Just actually do it. They're giving you the best advice that you can get. And then you can come back with your own after you relax. Especially if you really needed to relax, then it's great advice. If you didn't need to relax, it's still good advice. And if, say, you were relaxed and you were vibrating at the highest level of who you were, then it wouldn't matter if anyone told you to relax because you're already relaxed and you're going to give no F's on whatever anyone says because you're pulsating. You're pulsating at a level where nothing can touch you. And there's your Easter egg. Okay? There's plenty more where this came from. If you want to be more aware, if you want to reach that highest version of who you are faster and always and at will, then my friends, my family, onlookers, whoever, there is no bias here. These videos are for everyone and anyone. Keep that in mind. If you stuck with me and stayed with me up until this point, please smash that like button. Forget Netflix. Forget the noise. This is the Julio Frequency. This is the official podcast trailer. So if you're watching this, that means you haven't subscribed yet. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that like if you haven't done so already. Join me on this journey. This is only the channel trailer. I've got many more videos that are slowly accumulating. If you tune in, you'll notice that you'll see a new video pop up randomly as the days go by. Thanks for tuning in to the Julio Frequency. Stay cosmic, stay curious, and keep spiraling forward. Next week, I'm going to talk about something that I have no idea what it is because I haven't thought of it yet. Until then, keep listening to your own frequency.